Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Armory, where the Bismarck State Mystics will be taking on the U-Mary Marauders. Wrestling is making a return to BSC, and it did start back in the 1961 season. There was a long hiatus, and then it returned for last season. I'm joined by John Gums, who will be providing some expert wrestling commentary throughout this one.
Well, this should be exciting today. I tell you what, we've got a lot of hometown wrestling. We got a lot of Bismarck, Mandan area wrestlers. You're going to see some good wrestling today. I know BSC has got some, their second year back into wrestling. The crowd should be pretty nice. They're going to have some excitement. So looking forward to calling this match today.
Absolutely. Great to have you. BSC is coached by Jeff Schumacher, who does have quite a few accolades in his wrestling career. He was a four-time All-American in wrestling between BSC and UND, and he's been coaching since 1988 and coaching at BHS since 1997. And he is the current winningest Class A high school coach with a record of 390, 28, and 3.
Not so bad. I know he did a little college coaching up at UND, and then he went to Minot first before he was joined up at BSC, or at Bismarck High, and then now BSC. He's got the experience. He's going to have some, some growing pains as you get a program going, but man, he is one of the best coaches ever in the state of North Dakota.
Yeah, I was looking him up, and like, wow, this guy just wins a lot. So, yeah, very accomplished coach for the Mystics. On the other end is Coach Adam Aho for the U-Mary Marauders, who is in his 13th season and was a four-year starter at NDSU and was the team captain in his senior year, and he has fielded some excellent U-Mary Marauders programs over the years.
Oh yes, I tell you what, Mary last year kind of started to shine. They had a national champion for them, and Barnhart, and then they also had several All-Americans. Caden Renner, who's going to be wrestling today. They've got a nice team, and man, they looked really good. I got to see them wrestle in Jamestown a couple weeks ago, and they took quite a few championships. It should be interesting seeing them again.
Just for you.
And I see people coming in visiting, so it's going to be a fun day as Mary's going to bring the heat to BSC Bears. Be ready to wrestle.
Yeah, Mary and BSC met last season for an exhibition match, and U-Mary exerted dominance in that one with a score of 56-0. So I'm sure the Mystics are remembering that and looking to rebound from that, while the Marauders want to just keep building off of that momentum, as you were saying.
Yeah, we're still in the old Armory building. There's some history here. BSC had a lot of national championship type teams. Everybody from the names of Brock Lesnar to I can think of many of the teams going way back. And so there's some history here, and we'll be going into a new facility next year, so that should be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the last season for many athletics in this historic Armory building, as a few weeks ago we saw the last home volleyball match in the Armory, a very exciting match there, and then the Mystics basketball team will also be playing their last season in here, and yeah, we're really excited for the transition to the Bavendick Center, as it's still under construction but making good progress.
Well, as you're listening, if some of you guys are out listening today, I'm going to just mention a couple of the names from North Dakota that are here, because I know we'll have a lot of people maybe from out even the United States who might come watch this, or across the other states. But we have Owen Lindstrom, who has a chance. Maybe he'll wrestle or not today. They had a little injury or weight things getting down to 125 for Devil's Lake. Another North Dakota wrestler, we can see Isaac Turner wrestle for Bismarck High, later for BSC. Colton King from Dickinson. You have actually Greg Freer. He's down from, I think he's right by Ellendale, right in that area. So then at 197, we'll probably start out with a century wrestler, that Ashton Zimney, who came on late and really loves the sport. We're going to see if we get to see him wrestling. From the other side, from University of Mary, we should be able to see Ben DeForest from Bismarck High. Maybe Colton Griebel from Valley City has got a chance to maybe wrestle. Caden Renner from Bismarck High, who was an All-American last year. And then we'll have to see as we go on. We have several of the wrestlers. So we're going to get the announcements of the introduction of the wrestlers, and we'll go from there.
Today, your Bismarck State Mystic Wrestling team will host the University of Mary Marauders. On behalf of the president of Bismarck State College, Dr. Dan Langang, and the rest of the Bismarck State family, we would like to welcome you to today's wrestling duel. Bismarck State College welcomes all student athletes, officials, and spectators to today's contest. As a member of the NAIA and the Frontier Conference, We are committed to true spirit of competition and being champions of character demonstrated through 5 core character values, which are respect, integrity, responsibility, servant leadership, and sportsmanship. We ask everyone in attendance today to abide by these values and create a positive environment in which our student athletes may compete, our officials may work, and you, the spectator, may enjoy. At this time, we'd like to welcome the University of Mary Marauders wrestling team to the mat. Let's give a warm welcome to your Bismarck State College Mystics.
Coming live from the VIP, heard the night lights off, light for that new motion, did to the state, wanna see my me, the whole city got this, heard he got 3, that other number got it hit, so he not out. Who said he spit it on 5, soon as he got free, the team back now, Raws don't even know how to act now, hit the club, strip the skin, naked boy, sat down, still ballin', money stacked tall, the shack down, still pushing bricks, let the roof on the back down.
At this time, please rise, remove all headgear, and place your right hand over the heart as we honor this great nation and our troops past and present with the singing of the national anthem. Now it's time to meet the wrestlers. Starting with our extra match, 197 pounds for you, Mary Ty Wiedrick, and for your Mystics, Ashton Zimney. Wrestling in the 125-pound weight class for the Marauders is a sophomore from Belgrade, Montana, Mason Gutenberg. The Mystics are open. Wrestling in the 133-pound weight class for the Marauders is a freshman from Bismarck, North Dakota, Ben DeForest. And wrestling for your Mystics, a junior from Windsor, Colorado, John Kenny. Wrestling in the 141-pound weight class for the Marauders, a redshirt junior from Long Beach, California, Sean Solis. Wrestling for your Mystics, a freshman from Enterprise, Alabama, Cameron Stifler. Wrestling in the 149-pound weight class for the Marauders is a redshirt junior from Tracy, California, Anthony Nunez. Wrestling for the Mystics, a freshman from Moorcraft, Wyoming, Braden Terry. Wrestling in the 157-pound weight class for the Marauders is a redshirt junior from Bismarck, North Dakota, Caden Renner. And wrestling for your Mystics, a sophomore from Bismarck, North Dakota, Isaac Turner. Wrestling in the 165-pound weight class for the Marauders is a redshirt sophomore from Douglas, Wyoming, Lane Ewing. And for your Mystics, a sophomore from Dickinson, North Dakota, Colton King. Wrestling in the 174-pound weight class for the Marauders, a redshirt freshman from Lewiston, Montana, Wyatt Elam. And wrestling for your Mystics, a freshman from Anchorage, Alaska, Liam Hayes. Wrestling in the 184-pound weight class for the Marauders, the redshirt junior from De Pere, Wisconsin, Sam Bruss. And wrestling for the Mystics, a freshman from Burlington, North Dakota, Kenneth Smith. Wrestling in the 197-pound weight class for the Marauders is Jose Reyes. Wrestling for your Mystics, a sophomore from Sun Prairie, Wisconsin, Isaiah Haran. And wrestling in the 285-pound weight class for the Marauders is a redshirt junior from Detroit Lakes, Minnesota, Luke Tweeton. The Mystics are open. The Marauders are coached by Adam Aho. He's assisted by Braden Huber and Reese Barnhart. Your Mystics are coached by Jeff Schumacher. He's assisted by Joe Schumacher, Tanner Schweitzer, and Justin Folsom. The referee for today's match is Wyatt Pollard.
Okay, should be fun as we have Wyatt Pollard out there. Seasoned referee, the Bismarck area, so he doesn't have to travel very far. Should be fun. Catch this little flip. When we look at this, we're going to see basically who's going to pick odd or even. For those first matches, if you're odd, that means you're going to get the choice of position in that period, so or in that match. So if it's the first match, you'd be odd. You'd have the, again, as your team is, the third match. So if you're even, then you get your first choices there. So you don't have to flip the coin every match. Looks like Mary's going to get the call here. Won the flip. And so Mary brought some pretty good crowd over there in the corner. So we might get an exhibition match first. I was going to see if that happens. So you might be surprised if we don't start off with the first match. We have an exhibition first here. So we'll just wait for the wrestlers to come out. Tell you what, as you watch this stuff, guys, you're going to see a little bit of different than high school wrestling. Just to watch it, the points aren't too much different, as high school has now evolved to have the 3-point takedowns also. So it should be kind of fun. So the old days of when I used to yell 2 takedown are gone. I got to go transition over to the 3. They actually made a rule change in high school wrestling that there's a certain way the referees are actually supposed to give the symbol for 3. It's supposed to be like an OK symbol. So it should be kind of interesting if they do that.
Wrestling in the 197-pound extra match.
Yep, extra match coming out here.
University of Mary, Ty Weidrich.
Weidrich's going to come out here wearing the blue.
Ashton Zimney.
Weidrich, watch him wrestle several times from Williston, North Dakota. Looks like Ashton Zimney, Bismarck Century wrestler, on right to a tie. Notice that thing? Zimney wrestles kind of left-handed. You're going to notice he ties. Watched him wrestle a little bit, and he just had an interesting year. Got sick last year at Region Wrestling Tournament, so he didn't have an opportunity. He's only I think this is his 3rd year wrestling. He started as a junior in high school. Thick kid who really enjoyed it. I know Jeff Schumacher was really happy to get him out there on the mat as they are filling things. We just got a little bit more experience. Was multiple-time state placer for Williston. Zimney is not a state placer, so he's wearing the green, backing up quite a bit. Good outside shot single there. Is not taken down. You're going to notice also in college at the touch of the mat. There's 3. So he's going to work. Don't be afraid to talk. Just ask some questions, what you see. As we got a college announcer with me here today. Should have got myself a water maybe, because I'll do a lot of talking. Yeah, he's just basically going to try a little tilter on the outside. You can score until they're all the way off. There we go, out of bounds. First period's 3 minutes. You'll notice that's a little bit different. Scoring also happens and continues on the edge of the mat in college. All you do is have a toe in, and you can continue wrestling. A lot of times people are wondering, well, why don't they call them out of bounds? Everything's out of bounds. But basically, the toe or something, and there's a little caution there. Wyatt Pollard telling me you got to wait till I tell you to get on top. So he's going to work this on this right side, trying to get a little chicken wing in there. These are some big guys. Normally these guys are right around that 197 range. Some big boys out there. In college wrestling, you go 197 all the way to 285. So there are only 10 weight classes. He's trying to get this little tilt. He's got a leg in. He get that bottom shoulder, crank it over. Catch myself here. First time I've announced this year, I'm going to be here on the mic for all the BSC duels. Thursday, you're going to have the women BSC inaugural duel coming in. So that's be fun. Now those matches are in freestyle, so those that have a chance to watch this on the BSC sports page, get out and watch. If you can come here, it's much better in person. Try to get up to the Armory on Thursday. Mary gets a break. You also know there's riding time in college. They keep track of that. Now, we don't see that on our side. They just have stuff on Flow Wrestling here. You kind of see maybe in the upper corner there, if we can try to get that. If that's 1:23, maybe riding time or something. Not sure if that's it or not on the monitor. Because that does make a difference. If you have more than a minute of cumulative time, more than the other wrestler, you do score one more point. You might, I'm not sure if this duel will make that difference in any type match here. We'll see. We've got a couple wrestlers I have not seen wrestle for BSC. There's a nice little sprawl by Wiedrich. Leading 3-1, trying to get out of that shot. Zimny's got his ankle if he can pull it under. Short time, down under 10. Still holding on to that toe there. Trying to advance, but no, it'll be end of one here. Nice first period for both wrestlers, 3-1. As this is, again, an exhibition match. BC doesn't count toward the dual score. Defers. Wiedrich wanted to pick up. Coach said, no. This is it. Oh, he defers. Okay, Zimny picks both up. Thing I liked about seeing Zimny wrestle a couple years ago, first time I saw him, he slammed a kid and he goes, that felt good. he didn't know what he was doing yet. I watched his dad so proud that he's wrestling, and he's continued on after high school. That's not many people after high school wrestle again, and he loved it so much. He's wrestling here at BSC. Oh, nice little sweep single, good by Wiedrich. There he gives up the takedown. Zimny does. He's going a little alternate start, it's called. I think the athletic director, he heard me that I needed a water. Myron Schultz is going to be retiring here this year. He's done a good job bringing back all the sports programs. If you're a BSC person, I tell you what, there's trap shooting. There's going to be football soon. Excited about all that stuff here in Bismarck. Get an opportunity. Zimny trying to do a high crotch across the body. Wiedrich sprawling and spins behind. There's 3. Now makes it 9-2. Is he going to cut him or he's going to try to turn him? Thank you for adjusting the monitor. You can see the riding time now. Cuts him, so it's now 9-3. There we go, out of bounds. Now you're going to notice something else. Anytime you avoid contact in college on the edge of the mat, it doesn't matter if you've been working the whole time. If you spin and turn and don't continue to wrestle, they will warn you for stalling right now. It's different than in the middle of the mat. Sometimes people get really confused about that. It was so aggressive, but then in the edge of the mat, if you're not staying in contact and progression toward the continued wrestling, you're going to get warned for stalling. It's quick and easy. Right here on the edge, now that's continued wrestling. He didn't back out, just pushed out. So he does this little circle motion with his hand that just means continued wrestling. Something you don't see in high school, and I think there's a push for it, but nobody's continued because the referees haven't been trained that way. Stalling that's the biggest difference between high school wrestling and college wrestling.
So what is the value then of the wrestlers trying to push the other ones out of the circle?
That's a great question, because honestly, what advantages to that? There really isn't, except you're trying to get some aggression. Now, you want the wrestlers to push back because there's a lot of moves where, it's physics. One pushes back. And if the resistance type thing is not there, then wrestling doesn't continue. Like you're backing up. That's usually when stalling. And if you could explain it as a physics teacher, which I am, is the people that aren't staying in that constant pushback. If somebody's continued push. College, you're allowed to push people out of bounds. In high school, it's avoiding wrestling too, where if you're just pushing somebody, you're way stronger than them. Now, you could have a freshman in high school versus a senior, and they're really not wrestling and pushing out. You can warn the person for just pushing somebody out. It's not wrestling. So you don't see that usually at the college level. They're experienced enough that you're gonna have to circle into the mat. But that's a good. It's kind of interesting as you become an aggressive rush, you get ahead. Some of these wrestlers, want the guy to get warned for stalling, so he pushes back. It's that, like I said, you push and they get stalling, they get nervous, they start pushing in, and you can snap down and spin behind. But I tell you what, this Zimny, he was improving so much, and I felt bad for him last year. He had a chance to place at state, but he got sick the weaker regions. There's just a warning there. It's 12-3. But I really expected him to place last year for Century. Kind of hurt their point totals as a team. but he's still just developing. Jeff Schumacher's a good coach to get more out of him. And at the, these guys were just a junior college here, but yet, wrestling and all these other sports, they're going to be going NAIA. So it's basically like they're facing 4-year teams, and there's a lot of 2-year programs here at BSC. So it's going to take an adjustment because there's some, wrestlers that are going to be here for just 2 years and then off to a real life job. And then there's other ones, they have teaching programs. Other ones are working more to being closer to a 4-year university. And he's trying to get the tech fall here up by 12. One more takedown. There it is. Oh, and Zimny's to his back, so he's secured a tech fall at least. But in this exhibition match, he's trying to get the pin. Zimny's got to work his shoulder down and under. And don't give this up. Oh, he's in a half. You got to, don't let him get that half on. Oh, that's deep. In trouble. Oh, sprawls through. Bridges through. And there's the tech fall. Good match. The Weidrich out of Williston wrestling for the University of Mary exhibition match today. Good effort by Ashton Zimny.
At 197 pounds for University of Mary, Ty Weidrich.
Now we're going to get the duel going with little guy's got to come out. Mason Gutenberg is going to get his hand raised. He's raised it.
125 pounds for the Marauders, Mason Gutenberg.
Talk a little bit about Adam Aho, really doing a heck of a job at University of Mary. I watched him wrestle at NDSU. Hard worker. Coming back in the Mary programs had to build. It's a tough program. You're not in a college right in town. People, there's their raise of hands. A little bit. I know last year he was kind of redshirt a little bit last year. He's sophomore. Was 6 and 7 last year. I knew last year he took second in the Jimmy, so they're expecting some bigger things out of Gutenberg this year. Gutenberger.
Colorado, a junior, John Kenny.
Here we go. Ben DeForest, 4-time state champion for Bismarck High, freshman here. We're excited to see him wrestle here at 133. Know his parents, Jim and Tracy. They're here at the duel, catching things. Good speed. I tell you what, he had a good tournament. Went 5-1 last weekend down at the Corn Palace down in Mitchell, the Dakota Wesleyan tournament. Took third, I believe, if I remember right, in a really big tournament. So, good wrestler, always in the mix. Had some national rankings. So going against John Kinney, which I don't know a lot of. I had to do a little research on him. Wrestled for Windsor, Colorado, which that's actually a Bismarck Century grad. Was a head coach for many years. And a Hall of Fame member, Monty Trusty. And his dad, Milo, used to coach at the University of Mary. So maybe a little connection there. I think when I tried to find some information, it looked like he might have wrestled a little junior college before. They've got him listed here as a junior, which junior wrestling at Mary is usually, they transferred in or from into BSC, getting into a tech program or something. He's getting an opportunity. I know that this is one of the matches I wasn't sure what was going to happen because I didn't know anything about Kinney. As I'm now announcing for BSC, I need to find out more.
Yeah.
But Shuey has got high expectations for him. And I should have talked more individually until I looked him up and I'm going, oh man, I got to find out more. And so as I talk to head coach Jeff Schumacher, he'll definitely fill me in. He's trying to get everybody in be a normal, practice facility once they start getting that at the new. And what are they calling the new facility? What is it?
The Bavanick Center, the athletic facility.
Say that name again.
The Bavanick Center.
Bavanick. I got to remember that. The Bavanick Center. Has that I saw that they're getting the floor in. They're writing some names on the floor or something the other day.
Yeah, I went with a few other students, and basically students had the opportunity to sign underneath the court before they laid the wood down.
Oh,
so
cool.
There's a lot of names and some teachers, so that was kind of a cool experience to have your name.
Oh, snap down to Forrest.
Foundation.
Oh, good. Faced him, squared him up, trying to pop him up here. No, BSC has got a rich tradition. I think that's pretty cool. That they're putting their names on a spot that they went to. That means they're proud of being here. And, it's something they can remember the rest of their life. I know that when they were starting to do that, bringing back the alumni, a guy by the name of Brad Mann and Gordy Smith, they're part of all of that and helping to bring the community into, let's support, get a new facility. And it took a little while to get it done, but I know several people that are on those committees. Good job squaring it up. We're already 2 minutes past in this match. That's the best part about commentating. You start finding out more, talk back and forth.
Right. Yeah, I'll be learning as I go in wrestling. I have some knowledge of volleyball, basketball, but wrestling is new to me, so I'm excited to figure out how it works and to.
Oh, yeah. If you can read the commentary, get that stuff going, ask questions, that works awesome. These guys are just both inside tie hand fighting, it's called, getting in and trying to just get that momentum of push and pull, trying to create angles so they can get behind them. You know, you can see the little snaps, and then you can't get yourself too far out of position. You want to move the other guy without yourself moving yourself in a bad position. But great first period for no score. And there is no really, you know, when you talk about advantage at 0-0, so that's why there's so much aggression. Now, having this opportunity is match number 2. BSC had the even number, so it was their choice. There was no coin flip. He decided to choose down. DeForest very tough on top. He works a good bottom wrist series. It's a Bismarck High, basically, like you say, it's a tradition. You have to know how to do a bottom wrist. Take breakdowns. They'll do a deep waist half even in a college level because it confuses kids because they're on their knees. They do sit backs. Oh, nice little, squared up. Still has not, there's one. Little hip heist. And then they have the riding time. You can see in the upper left hand. So that's 23 seconds advantage. It really means nothing until you get above the minute. Pointed to accumulate that, you're going to have to get a take. Oh, got a nice low shot and a takedown. So you'll see that riding time start to go back up. As you got the official takedown, they switched it the wrong way. Yep, you should be on top. So should be going the other direction, the riding time. They messed that up. There we go. Somebody fixed it at the head table. Should have been going up from that 27 seconds. So they're about 14 seconds off different. That's why when I'm close to the head table, I can mentally karate chop them a little bit. That's a nice little low single by DeForest. Another staple of Bismarck High team, having penetration. So getting in deep on legs, they teach that. So staying low. A little bit about Ben DeForest. He's a 4-time state champion. I mentioned that. And I know that he was a finalist for Colorado, but I don't know if he won it. When I was doing some quick research, Windsor, Colorado, had a lot of stud wrestlers come out of this. Several D1 wrestlers that the trustees were coaching down there. Monty retired, so I had heard what they picked up for coaches. I know they had a good program down there. They had the Matt Pack Colorado team also. That's kind of the staple name for Milo Trustee they had up here in North Dakota. If you have the freestyle and kids programs, everybody knows Matt Pack. And Ben DeForest is a product of that. So they're both Matt Pack wrestlers, but from 2 different states, I bet.
I see.
Yes. 3-1 still. Short time, 25 seconds here. He's got to get his hips down. A lot of pressure on his hands. You see Ben DeForest almost laying on his back, putting as much pressure toward his head and neck. There's that short sit, trying to get back, trying to hip ice through. Pressure forward again, trying to get that bottom wrist. Nice. He's got his hips out, but can he get, no, he holds on to the hip, good. It's always nice to see the crowd. I recognize so many people coming in here, wrestling fans from around the state. I know right beside me, Napoleon brought a group of kids. That's where I grew up, actually. And the assistant coach, McCleary, his boy is now the head coach for my dad. So it's nice to see that Napoleon brought their people here. I see the Jeff Schumachers and his brother, Gary, here. A lot of alumni. Takes a lot of people to get something like this going.
Yeah.
Proud of what BSC's doing. They're not sitting back. They want to expand everything. And in fact, last year they were probably the largest freshman class in the whole state, bigger than NDSU, bigger than UND, of students that came here. So it's amazing.
Yeah, you were mentioning earlier how Myron Schultz has been expanding the BSC athletics, and we've seen a trickle down in so many different aspects. I mean, here, even with the production of it, BSC really takes the production seriously and getting everything set up. And especially the night games, it's very cool how have some lighting. We got the smoke too when the wrestlers come out.
Well, Ben DeForest got an escape right away. No. He just called back warning. That's why he didn't get the takedown yet. Basically getting what's called in danger. Oh, nice little switch around here. He's got O'Kinney and a takedown. See, they didn't reward a takedown because he didn't have complete control. You got to control the body and hips around the leg. Ben DeForest defended it and got around himself. So he's now up 7-1. If you start watching college wrestling, I watched a few matches this weekend where you have the national duels taking place. Nebraska just wrestled horrendous, actually, in the semifinals, got beat by Ohio State. You watch these wrestlers never giving up. There's a lot of nationally ranked college wrestlers that if you watch them, if you're a fan or a guy just learning how to wrestle, there's a no-quit thing when you watch the next level. That's why I think with these coaches like Napoleon, a high school team bringing their kids up here, they see a different level that they have to aspire to if they want to be good. Ben DeForest, just missed his shot. Basically, stayed low. Kenny did, and reshot. Is he going to try to pull this up and finish with a double? Head outside, not so good. You can get cross-faced. He tries to stuff it back under. Kenny's a strong wrestler here. I think he's going to have a lot of fun here at the NAI level. I think he's going to do well. Mary wrestles Division II in the toughest super region to get into the Nationals pretty much in the nation. Tough, trying to spin back through. Forrest sitting back under. There's a good match right there. 7-2. Nice tight match. It's good to see those matches go all the way. It's a good win for the freshman from Bismarck.
Wrestling at 141 pounds for the Marauders, Sean Solis. And for your Mystics, a freshman from Enterprise, Alabama, Cameron Stifler.
Another wrestler, all the way Alabama. Don't know the connection yet. They'll have to do an interview, but he is a state champ out of Alabama. I did find that out. Now, this Sean Solis, I tell you what, tough wrestler. There's a good shot score already. But he comes from NDSU, wrestled there. Couldn't quite break the D1 team. And basically with the free movement, he's got him touched. Caught him when he tried to roll through. Guy has McCradle in trouble. But he ended up really showing up last year for Mary. He became an All-American for Mary last year, taking third in the nation. Solid wrestler, you can tell. Not out of position at all. There we go. It's a quick 7-0. 34 seconds into the first period. Stifler's got a match for him here. He's really going to have to step it up. Kind of one thing at a time. 1 point. He's got to get his hips up and out. You also notice a little bit different stand. Got him in a cradle right away and in trouble. Quick. This All-American from Mary looking for a pin and a fall. 53 seconds.
Winning by fall at 141 pounds for the Marauders, Sean Solis.
As we could say, some of these matches can go pretty quick sometimes.
At 149 pounds for the Marauders, Anthony Nunez. And for your Mystics, from Moorcraft, Wyoming, freshman, Braden Terry.
Okay, Moorcraft. I tell you what, when I watch them, they've been deep. Lots of good wrestlers coming out of Wyoming. They told me the name was Nunes. It looks like Nunez, but they say Nunes to me. From California. Mary gets them all over the nation. He did wrestle some junior college at Modesto Junior College. And he did take third, I believe, in the California State. If I am wrong, I'm wrong, but that's what I could find out. California, they have one state tournament for a big state like that. We have two levels in the state of North Dakota. Imagine that.
Seems like wrestling is taken very seriously up here.
Oh yes, but they also spread it out because California, it's still spin behind here, trying to drag out of it. Nope, no control yet until he gets the arm through. Tried to hook that back leg. Fell to his hip. Now he's in trouble. Drops his head down, locks up the cradle. He's got a chance for a pin here right away. It's the Mary crowd starting to get into it. Terry's in trouble. Breaks out of it. Does have some near fall points. Nothing you'll notice if you don't remember this, you can get 4 near fall now on a 4 count. It still confused me. Last year's the first year we saw that in high school wrestling. I don't know. I like getting a lot of 3-point near falls. 4-point near falls would be huge. As he still has that bottom leg hooked in a Turk position. Just has to get that bottom shoulder. Now he's over the top. I like getting below the arm, kind of like a crossface. Now he's above it. It's harder to get a pin. You can definitely get near fall points, but he could basically set him back to his belly, reset, let him switch his hips, and go for a different turn because he's just stuck there not getting the other points that he's already earned because he's not in a position where you're going to pin him. Very unlikely. So he might as well just reset and try for a new turn. So we got over a minute. Reset for a new turn. Not going to get, he's looking up for the rest of why he called it because he hasn't reset his hips. Still got the hip in. There, now. So you can start seeing that. It's really high. If he can get underneath those arms a little bit. Terry trying to move. Oh, he's trying to get that bottom shoulder tilt again. You know, when I looked into the Wyoming, he's a multi-state placer for more crafts, so still has some talent. But when you start taking a freshman from BSC versus, you know, you get a junior, redshirt junior, so you can see the little experience difference here. Okay, choice. Defer. See what Terry wants to do. He's going to his feet. Trying to stay low. Tries a little snatch single shot, misses it. Nothing I always see is the aggressiveness Mary has. They really got them going in the room where they're going really physical. It's a little bit different style around here that people don't get to see, that they're very aggressive on their feet. And then, man, last year they started to pin people left and right. Very tough on top. As we look at another wrestler that's warming up in the back, I see over here is Caden Renner. Oh, nice. Put pressure on his hands. Oh, did not get the takedown. Oh, I thought he had it. Missed it. Didn't get underneath the arms as he snapped and was behind. 7-0. I like listening to coaches. I don't know if you can hear him too from where we're at. Oh, there's a nice takedown. Back into his Turk. Saying, get out and just throw the half in. I hear the coaches yelling. Trying to get that bottom shoulder again for the tilt. There he's getting points. Trying to get his foot there. That's called a bow and arrow. Doesn't feel very good. And then try to pop his leg out. Okay, 4 makes it 14-0. Yes. Sees one more. Gonna cut him, it looks like. Oh, no, he turns. No. Still no escape, did not let him go. Gonna go to the third, 14-0. Really, it would be over, but you don't count those points from the riding time. He's got 2 minutes and 48 seconds of riding time. Unless it goes the full time, you get that extra point. Looks like they're gonna go to their feet here. If I'm Terry here, you got to have something positive. Get it on a good shot. If I'm Nunes, I'm going to try to get this takedown, put him straight to his back, try to secure not only a win, but a fall. So a feet to back. Or if you're just going to look for the tech, then he'll just get the takedown here. Oh, big throw. Oh, that's the thing. See that push and pull? He's going to make him mad here a little bit. That was a nice toss. So you got some points. There was 3 in a reversal maybe. 5 he gave him. He gave 2 near fall also and a reversal for 2. Now 16-5. That's the big turn Terry needed to get some points. If we'd have been smart, we'd have basically ready for a replay on that. Got that 10-second wait there. Nobody was expecting that. So one thing about wrestling, you be down 14, you catch a throw and put them to their back, you can still win. I like that a lot. Oh, they go here maybe. Quick throw. Look at that lat toss. Oh, lateral toss. You had it. Awesome in the back room. Good job. Oh, now caught him. Reached too far on his shot. So you learn is when you're supposed to learn that not when you shoot to have your arms up. He caught him. Threw him to his back. That's why you got to keep your elbows in on your shot. Very good. University of Mary gets the tech fall. Good job, Terry. Never giving up. Trying to get that toss in there. I'd be happy as a coach there. He didn't give up, being down 14-0.
Wrestling at 157 pounds.
He's depressed. You can see that a little bit, but he's got to be proud of himself. Here comes, here is Caden Renner.
A sophomore from Bismarck, North Dakota, Isaac Turner.
Multi-state champion again from Bismarck High, Caden Renner. Wrestle another Bismarck High grad, Isaac Turner. Renner, All-American last year, took 7th. Makes a father-son combo, both All-Americans. Long wrestler. Very, very long 57-pounder. He's got to be 6'3" maybe. Long, lengthy, very tough on top. A pinner. Gets people to their back. He's got throws in the legs. Deep waist. Here's this deep waist half. Gets them to try to turn to basically get to their hip. And then rolls through and puts them in a half right to their back, even at the college level. Something you could teach kids. Powers them right over that half. Turner in trouble. He's got to get behind that arm or just sink that head completely underneath. Up there, the arm's now in trouble. Turner fighting hard. High bridge. Oh, he's going to sit through, caught both arms. Now it's what I call punishment time. That does not feel good. Renner's trying to sit through, got both arms like in a double chicken wing almost. As he catches it. He's got to get this shoulder down. It's about 2-3 inches. Good camera view there, whoever did that. Good job. Oh, rolls through. Got out of it. 7-0 here. Still a minute plus here to go. He's going to cut Turner. Nope. Go to the inside cradle. I like how the coach is saying no rest. You know, don't give him a chance to breathe. Comes in inside cradle. Now is it pretty tight? Perfect time. Sometimes the referee can slap the mat. They know it's away from the camera. Can't see if he was down or not. Nope. He's got 4 again on his fingers, holding there, waiting for either to break it or put him back. Still lots of timing. Throw him back over. Try to stack that inside cradle up. Drops his head in. Like I said, he is a cradler. He's a pinner. He gets stacked him up, waited, he lift and push it over, drop his chest back a little bit. Get behind that shoulder. Turner's trying to push the leg away. Try to produce space. His time's starting to evaporate here just a little bit. He can't seem to put him away. Turner not giving up. Oh, now also hooked the leg. Going to try to stack it over. There we go, 11-0. Like I kind of mentioned in the beginning on some of the stuff that, you know, Mary is a very veteran, very tough team BSC is going against here. So take every match kind of with a grain of salt. BSC is still building a program. We're going to see some good matches, and they're going to get a lot better. I tell you what, it was tough last year as their team was still growing, trying to put things together. They're getting there.
Yeah, we've seen some good fight from them, like you were talking in the previous match from Terry, getting that huge reversal too. Just not giving up, and that's kind of the spirit of this team early on. It seems like they're just building it back up. I mean, they had a fantastic wrestling program in the 60s and the 70s through the 90s, and now they're just trying to get back into it.
Yeah, many times they couldn't get the match against Mary because BSC, that I honestly think they'd have been afraid to wrestle them in sometimes the early 90s because they might have beat them. Until when Milo took over, though, in 87, it was the 87 year, 87, 88 was the first year Milo Trusty had taken the University of Mary program and started to build it. And then after that, Mary was pretty much untouchable, so it was kind of interesting. But previous to that, BSC had some very good teams. I could mention a lot of the All-Americans, so it's maybe I should along the way here.
Oh yeah,
say
absolutely.
member, you betcha. They used to have all their big trophies. I don't know what they did. They used to be out in front here when this gym was always known for their wrestling matches in college. They'd taken the top three. They'd get a big national trophy. Red's trying to turn to his back here. Still up. Now he's up by that 14 points. That 1 point from a tech fall. But he wants to put him on his back and pin him. Renner wrestled actually bigger in high school. I think he wrestled as high as maybe 160. I'm not sure if he wrestled 72. But he stayed pretty skinny to get down to 57. Good nutrition plan. Turner wrestled, I think, 60 his senior year too. So 57 in college. Got to stay in shape and lean. Lean, mean fighting machines. Okay, there's the end of two. And Renner's going to pick top, so he can try to get a fall here. If he picked his feet or picked bottom, he'd just cut him. He'd win 15-0, but he's going to try for the pin here. I heard one of the coaches just said, put a half on. So, it's a simple move, but I tell you what, it's effective. He's going to come out front. He's going to spin. Good. Oh. Call that a cow catcher. Let's come out front, see if they step up, get them out of pressure. Quickly. A lot of pressure on the head, and they pop up. Is he going to cut him? Yep, he's going to cut him and try to take him down now. Cuts him. Little quick duck. Oh, take down to his back. Oh, nope, he gave it. Oh, didn't have it continue. Didn't have continuous to his back, so there's your tech fall. 17-1, Caden Renner. If anybody's catching this from Dickinson wrestler coming up next.
Wrestling at 165 pounds for the Marauders, Lane Ewing. And for your Mystics, a sophomore from Dickinson, North Dakota, Colton King.
There's Colton King from Dickinson. I thought he's really improved. Tell you what, he wrestled last year also. For Jeff Oak, tried a low signal. Quick spin behind by Ewing. Gets the takedown, cuts him. Coaches said, get another one. Ewing, a redshirt sophomore from Douglas, Wyoming, if you didn't hear that. Last year, he had a pretty good record for him as a redshirt freshman. He went 23. Oh, he's got him again. Takedown inside cradle here. Looks like trying for a good return. Stack him up. It was 23-12 at 6 pins. Third 3 techs. I know he really improved last year. He did win that DW tournament down there, the Dakota Wesleyan. He started in 11 other duels last year for Mary, but Isaac Turner, high school, had a pretty good career at Dickinson High School. In trouble here today. That's going. There's another alumni from here, right in front of me. Trying to get the fall here in the first period. Still got a lot of time. Over half the first period still here. And a foul. Mary running away with this duel a little bit here.
65 pounds for the Marauders, Lane Ewan.
Just come outside for the night. Take your time. Get your life.
We're wrestling at 174 pounds for the Marauders, Wyatt Elam. And for your Mystics, a freshman from Anchorage, Alaska, Liam Hayes.
All the way from Alaska. Hayes. I will take that. Arctic Warrior Ultimate Challenge. He wrestled in, it was called. He was a champion there, so he's got some experience there. So he had taken second his senior year, it looks like, at state. Oh, in trouble. Oh, no. Got to stay in, get off that mat. Oh, and a fall on the edge. Oh, wow. Didn't expect that right away, but Wyatt Elam with a pin, 42 seconds. Come on, BSC, let's go.
Now wrestling at 184 pounds for the Marauders, Sam Bruss. And for your Mystics, a freshman from Ellendale, North Dakota, Greg Fuhr.
I've watched Bruss many times, very tough wrestler. Just is missed for Mary qualified for the national tournament. To D2 level. Expected big things out of him as he's been wrestling for several years. Got the quick takedown here. He's also got a chance for a cradle. Already up to 184 pounds. Yeah, he's got that cradle locked up. Kenny Smith, they said at Delax Burlington High School. Watched him wrestle several years. I think he's got a twin brother, if I don't remember right, or not, but I know there's another Smith brother. Bruss has got him on his back, getting back points here. And so last year, I think Bruss took a year off from wrestling, or redshirted. But I know he was in the mix in 2024, as he had gone 9-7 record and had 3 falls. So I'm coming back. I think they're expecting big things out of him this year. He's got him in the cradle. Smith's got to fight, got to break that block. Keep trying to keep that shoulder up. Yep, he's got to go, broke it. Back to his belly, there we go. Now 11-0, going back to that cradle. Walking that up. He's got it locked up again. He's got to peel some hands. Extend him a little bit. Get that hand off over his head. Grab it, grab that arm, there we go. Quad pod stand up, can't be doing that, a little more pressure back. Used to call that cradle bait. Okay, pressure. As these first periods really are tough for some of the transition for high school kids, 2-minute first period to a 3-minute. Nope, they called it continue wrestling. Another wrestler needs to get a little more flexible. Nice shot, single. Up a little trip. and a takedown. There's 3. Maxing at 14-1. As he's got this inside. Nope, doesn't have it locked up. Getting close to lock. Oh, he has it locked again. Trying to stack him up over on the edge. He's getting back points. There's a wave of the. Looks like he's counting. He's got it. Tech secured. Keep it locked. Coaches are trying to say, once you have it locked, then you can pull him out the door. You all you do is keep one toe in the mat. You get a pin. Rolled it through. Oh, out of bounds. His toe came off. There's a tech fall. The first period for Mary. 1 minute and 52.
Winning by technical fall at 184 pounds for the Marauders, Sam Bruss.
Hoof talk. Duel's going by pretty quick.
Mary's looking
Wrestling for
very
the Marauders at
dominant.
197 pounds.
They're going to be fun. I tell you what, not only BSC is, they're going to get better throughout the year. You're going to see that if you have a chance to catch some more wrestling in Bismarck, you go out to Mary this year, you're going to have a lot of fun. They bring good crowds. Isaiah Horan from Wisconsin. Murillo, who was ranked at the D2 level, is not wrestling today for him. So they brought out Jose Reyes. Murillo's looked really good for Mary, so he must be just giving him a break today from cutting weight or something. Big kid, so we got Jose Reyes wrestling here. Oh, something happened there. A little stinger or something in his left shoulder. So it's different too also when you have injuries in college. There's choice of positions here. You can actually score points from here. Like they can have a choice to go down after an injury. Looks like he's got, hopefully he keeps wrestling here. Gonna see these matches. So what do you think so far? The duels, you're wrestling in Under Purdue, what do you think?
It's been a good show. I'm starting to get acquainted with some of these terms, and one thing I've noticed throughout the matches is that Mary's had a lot more success both on top and also diving for the legs, is that BSC's tried that a few times, but they haven't been able to really take any advantage off of that.
That's exactly right. So that diving in the shots, having good takedowns is awesome. I mean, that's part of the wrestling thing. You do notice that Mary has been able to penetrate and get inside, get their takedowns, and BSC has not been able to. And part of that is positioning. Mary's moving the wrestlers. They're getting angles and basically get them out of position in that push-pull situation and getting to the leg. You're right. BSC has not done that. It's a great analysis for a first guy. Good job. Oh, and you're free to mention how you see things, because I can explain. Because if you see something you don't understand, I'll do my best to explain what's happening.
Yeah, absolutely.
Understanding pinning positions. There's always new people watching the sport. They're not accustomed to be in there knowing exactly what's going on. It's always good to learn. We'll be doing this together several times this year.
Oh, yeah.
By the end, you'll be an expert.
Hey, I've learned more about some of the other sports I've done here than I thought I would. So, yeah, absolutely. I'm excited.
Oh, yeah, it's good. It's a nice little breakdown. Must have been just a little stinger here. And you notice it's 0-0 and the BSC wrestler's on bottom. It's because he took a choice. He chose to pick down. Maybe that wasn't necessarily a good choice. But this is an opportunity. I thought maybe he could get out from on bottom. Now, I didn't know much about Reyes, but he's from Minnesota, from Lonsdale, Minnesota. In high school, he had over 100 wins, and he was qualified to the state tournament in Minnesota. He was an academic All-American or All-State. So, and honestly, I don't know anything about Horan from Wisconsin. I know he's a sophomore. He got some wrestling in last year. But see if I can find a little more out. I know he's gotten a lot bigger. He wrestled last year and had some pretty good success. I watched him coming down to the region time. And I think he actually was one of the qualifiers for BSC last year. They got to go to the junior college, national championship at least. Along with, I know there was a Mandan wrestler that was in there and a couple other ones, but Just doing a little riding, trying to get a little tilt here. There we go. Nice reversal there. Makes it 2-0. Still there were no points for Mary. So is this the first official lead for a BSC wrestler today?
Sure seems like it.
It sure seems like it, yes. Here we go. And warning, stalling. Reyes with a little stall. Trying to get a little tilt here. There we go. He's got a chance to take BSC off the 0 mark. Could be nice. Don't get a shutout. Be a good accomplishment. Tries a little inside roll here. Switch through. Oh, out of bounds. Was out. His foot was out. There was no touch of the white. Did give him one escape. Lost of control. They do this little kick flip / switch. It's kind of interesting. So when you get them out of position, you flip your hips and you kind of, there's a little kick of the foot and you can kind of like toss them onto their hip. And it works almost into a little switch. There we go, end of 1. As Haran's got a lead here. Come on, BSC fans, let's go. Get them going.
Yeah, we've been hearing a lot of cheers from the Mary section. They've had a lot to cheer about.
BSC's a little stunned. They still, they're doing a good job supporting, but, it's hard. When you're down this much, you're winning the duel for sure, but you got to cheer for individuals. Mm-hmm. As much as wrestling, people want it to be a team sport, it all comes down to individuals. It does. It's an individual sport with some team aspect when it comes to duels. It's hard for me to correlate what it's like to be a basketball player as a wrestler because I get to be selfish out there. Basketball players have to pass the ball. On the mat, you don't get to do it. There's that little Grammy roll kick through. Ties it up, 2-2. Rand needs to be a little more aggressive. You talked about that chance for a takedown. Needs to do that. Needs to be able to get an angle. Tries to get that shot for that single. There's that shot we need. Needs to get an angle. He needs to cut the corner, come around the outside. Takes him to his hip, being strong there. Little whizzer, we call it. He's coming around, picks up the single, tries to toss him through. He stepped over this. Haran's in trouble. That is not good. Unless he gets too high. He does get too high. There's the reversal. Did get 2 near fall, 3. I didn't see. 2 reversal. He did get 2 near fall. Makes it 7-4. This little kick flip cow catcher kind of comes through there. See if he can. It's diminishing that riding time. It's now under a minute by quite a bit. Keeping the pressure down. Trying to get a power half in there. There's one for stalling. We warned him for stalling already, Reyes. Trying to give BSC a point. There he did. 7-5. Trying to get that bottom wrist. Cross wrist there a little bit. He's going to warn for stalling again. Wyatt Pollard won't put up with this sitting down on the bottom and not do anything. Head on the mat. Trying to bang him again. There we go. Got to go into the 3rd. Close match here. I'd like to see the young wrestlers on the far side. There's the head coach right there, Jeff Schumacher, and son Joe, one of the assistant wrestling coaches.
Yeah, BSC is coached by Jeff Schumacher. His son Joe Schumacher is an assistant coach, and Tanner Schweitzer and Justin Folsom are also assisting for BSC.
I did see Justin over there. Tanner's the biggest guy on the far side. He was a pretty big dude. He works out pretty hard.
Yeah, I figured.
Tries to catch him. No, his chance. Coran, his chance. Almost capitalized on that. As Reyes got himself out of position on his hip there, trying to do kind of some goofy throws. There's that high. Nice single again. Tries to throw him. No, gets him to his back. Can he get a first fall for the team against a duel against Mary? Last year they were shut out. It's gonna be almost historic if you get that half in. You sink it in over the head, pound it down, get off the legs, tease out, and a fall! BSC gets a win here at 197.
For your Mystics, Isaiah Haran.
Haran with a big win there. Very nice. Let's see who comes out. Somebody comes out here at 285.
185 pounds for the Marauders, Luke Tweeden.
And Luke Tweeden's going to come out. BSC does not have a heavyweight.
Mystics are open.
Final duel score will be 48-6. We're going to shake hands. Not sure if they have any exhibitions afterwards here. They didn't say anything. I don't see anybody warming up.
Coming out today in support of
Quick
your
duel today.
College Mystics. Join us January 19th as we
There we
host
go.
Montana State University right here in the Armory.
Well, I'm happy to be with you today. I tell you, that was pretty quick.
Yeah.
What do you think? Let's give someone a little analysis here, unless we want to get a head coach. So what do you see as a first person watching this? You know, the crowd was nice. You see, you know, a lot of action. But, you know, as BSC needs the experience, this duel should have lasted about another half hour, 45 minutes. But what kind of analysis you see?
Yeah, well, it's a great environment here. I was surprised by the crowd, but a lot of people showed up, so it's good to see that. There's energy, there's excitement around this program. So I think that they just kind of got better as the match went on, too, and just being a little more comfortable feeling out the opponent. And getting that huge win from Haran there, I think is going to be a big momentum for them moving forward. So that's just a huge, I think, mentality thing as far as getting them on the right page, getting them in that winning mindset. Yeah, we can compete against UMary, who's a fantastic wrestling program.
I think that's a great analysis. I think another thing you could notice that if you face tough competition earlier, things get easier and better. So when they start facing the Minots, the Dickinsons, the Jamestowns, the other teams that are more caliber close, I think you're going to see a lot more wins out of BSC's team. I was very happy the way they fought. You know, we had that earlier match where on the edge, Turner threw the guy. I think that was fun. Where was that? Who was that threw him? There's that Terry. Yep. So as you go through the different lineup today, just real quick as we summarize, I know that we had John Kinney wrestle tough. I'm going to just kind of analyze each wrestler. You know, I think Monty Trust to be tough. Proud that he had some wrestlers there. Stifler, it was outmatched a little bit. That Solus three-time, took third in the nation, All-American. But I think you can see some good things out of him. Braden Terry, wrestled tough. That's, they got the Wyoming boy, but again, a little bit overmatched. And then we go Isaac Turner, had to face a previous teammate, an All-American Renner. So you can see that back-to-back, you see all these tough wrestlers. Love seeing the young wrestlers getting out there too, boys and girls wrestling. Because we're going to have the girls Thursday night. Can't forget to mention that. People got to come see that at 7 o'clock right here at the same building. Liam Haas, or Hayes, they said, from Anchorage, Alaska. Another tough match. We'll see both Kenneth Smith, who got to wrestle today, Greg Fear in the future. And then, again, to come down with a victory for BSC. First one since the program restarted in a duel against University of Mary, Isaiah Haran. I'm very happy to see that.
Right, absolutely. And a quick message from the Frontier Conference before we sign off for you. The Frontier Conference would like to thank the following corporate partners for their continued financial support: BSN Sports and Nike, Cooper Tire and Tire Rama, the D.A. Davidson Companies, Irk Hotels, First Interstate Bank, Billings Clinic and Logan Health, McDonald's of Great Falls, Northwestern Energy, Pepsi and the Harrington Bottling Company, Snap Mobile, Winwan Technologies, and the Montana Army National Guard. Uncommon is calling. Don't forget to download the Frontier Conference app in partnership with Snap Mobile. The app is free to download. Just search for FC Sports in the App Store on Apple or Google Play for Android. Thank you for listening and for joining us for today's contest. We will be back with you on Thursday night.